Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is, it's just sex, not a relationship. It's just sex. Before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all of the new viewers, all of the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, those of you who are new to the channel, I will answer your relationship questions. So at the end of the video, I'll show you a link where you can send in your questions, and I will either answer them privately through the email, or I will share them online with the collective, and it can be your decision. Now, those of you who are interested in these caps, they are available in my online store, and you'll find a link in the description. Now it's time for today's affirmation, and we do these affirmations to help with your spiritual growth. And here it is. I let go of the past with ease. I let go of the past with ease. People, we want our lives to go forward and leave the past. I trust the process of life. I affirm that I am now willing to release the need for any negative situations and conditions. I let go of the past with ease. Let this affirmation be a blessing to you today. Now it's time for movement, and we do these movements just to get our blood circulating. Now today's movement, we're going to do an arm stretch. We're going to take our arm like this and then just stretch it out. Just stretch it out, and we're going to do it for 5 times. All right? You ready? Let's go. 1, stretch it out. 2, you can do it. Just stretch it. 3, that's right. 4, come on. 5, all right, good. Now let's do the other side. 1, come on. 2, you're looking good. 3, yeah. 4, that's right. And 5. Now shake it out. Shake it out. It's important that you move your body just a little every day. Now let's dive into this subject. It's just sex, not a relationship. I did pull a video, and we have a letter. Let's watch the video. We're going to read this letter and talk about this issue. Here we go.
So here's how to know if a guy just wants sex or not. 1, he'll just tell you. 2, he doesn't take you anywhere. 3, he cancels when you're on your monthly, or he gets mad and he's quick to leave. 4, the conversation is always sexual. 5, he never wants to spend the night. 6, he only wants you when it's beneficial for him. 7, he only wants to see you at night. 8, he doesn't want to meet your family and friends, and also you won't meet his. 9, he's very affectionate and very handsy from the start. 10, he'll give you consistent compliments, but they'll only be physical. 11, he'll come in extremely hot from day 1, and he'll tell you a dream right when he first meets you. 12, he will not leave you alone until he gets what he wants.
If a man says this, he only wants you for sex. Ooh, you looking sexy today. I love how you look in that outfit. Ooh, that body's tight. If all the compliments are about body parts and appearance, sex is all he wants.
Here are 3 signs that he has no intention of making your situationship a relationship. So 1, being inconsistent with his texting and his communication. God forbid ever actually calling you, but even with his texting, he's kind of lame. He blames it on his work, probably, but really what he is doing is just keeping a barrier between you and him, because if you start the daily texting routine, that's close to being a boyfriend and a girlfriend. So 2 is only ever seeing you on really low-key nights. So the obvious thing is trying to invite you over to his place all the time, or he's trying to go over to your place. But also stuff like never seeing you on the weekend, or if you do have a date outdoors, it's always something really low-key. There's no effort involved. There's no investment. Even if he is a boring guy who doesn't have a particularly exciting lifestyle, he will still want to take you out, show you off, make an effort, and show you that he values you if he truly wants to take it to a relationship stage. And 3, he doesn't really share with you emotionally. He may talk about the good things, showing off about his job and all the cool things he likes to celebrate about himself, but he never shows any vulnerabilities or lets you know the true details of his past.
Now let's dive into this letter. I am a 27-year-old woman that has been talking to a 31-year-old man. Over the years, we have had a sexual relationship. Whenever I bring up the idea of him doing something for me, such as taking me to a restaurant, he always brings up sex. One day he took me out to a restaurant and wanted to have sex before we went, in which we did not. But after the restaurant, he got mad and kicked me out of his house because I didn't want to have sex with him. One day he called me a female dog, aka the B word. He also called me a garden tool, also known as the H word, or another term for a streetwalker, because I did not want to have sex. I have known him for 4 years. He also tells me the reason why he does not treat other women he allegedly gave money to this way is because they were willing to have sex with him. Whenever he is mad at me, he blocks me. He also says he gives women who are 26 years old money because they don't give him a hard time and are willing to have sex with him and do whatever he wants. He told me out of anger one day because I would not have sex with him, he would never do anything for me. He only does things for women who are willing and submissive because he doesn't want to feel like a sucker or a punk. What he said was selfish and heartless. How do I go about having a man to court me and buy me things without sex? Is it a give and take? You didn't say how many years you've been with him, but it looks like it was just all about sex. You didn't really have a relationship. It was just sex. That's all it is. And with this particular man, it's a transaction deal. All right? He wants sex for pay. That with him, that's what it's about. If he does anything for you, he wants to be paid for it. He wants sex. Every man is not like this. This particular man is. All right? So what you want to do is get away from him, work on yourself, and attract a man who will be more pleasing to you. This man is just about using you. He just wants sex, and that's it from whoever he is with. He is not looking for a relationship with a woman, or he has not found the woman that he wants to be in a relationship with. It could be one of two things. But apparently, you are not the one he wants to have a relationship with. With you, it's just about sex. He's not the right man for you. What you should do is love yourself. You've been doing this for a couple of years with this man, where he doesn't even want to take you out unless he's going to have sex? No. You want a man to cherish you. He wants to take you out and show you off because he's proud of you. Just being with you is a pleasure. If a man cannot be with you without wanting sex, then that's all he wants. That's all he wants from you. He's not interested in who you are or what goodness you can bring into his life. He's not interested in that. At this point in his life with you, it's just about sex. Now, ladies, many times these relationships are just about sex because this is the way you let it start. When the man approached you and he wanted sex, you gave it to him. Now that you're with the man, now you figure that you can work it into and make it into a relationship. When the man is only with you for sex, when he got with you, it could have turned out into a relationship if you'd kept your legs closed, but you didn't. You gave him what he wanted. So now, that's what it is. Ladies, if you sleep with a man too soon in your situation, your relationship can just be a sexual relationship. What makes you think it's going to bloom into something different? Now, this particular man in the letter, he's just a user. For him to say that he likes to date 26-year-olds because they don't give him any trouble. He's dating women who will just give him sex for money. And apparently that's all he wants. You don't need a man like that. You need to walk away from that. You need to love yourself. Know your value. Don't let men just use and abuse you up to satisfy them. And what satisfaction are you getting? You want this man to cherish you and to take you out. Things like that. But you're already past that because you've already given him what he wants. You should have required him to do all those things for you long before you decided to have sex with him. Ladies, don't do it backwards. A lot of us will do it backwards. We just give in because the man will seduce us to have sex with him. He'll seduce us. He'll put the pressure on. You might not want to do it, but he'll put the pressure on you. And you figure like, okay, because you really like him anyway. But then after that, he's not interested in you until he wants sex again. Now, where does that leave you? On the outside looking in. Ladies, stop thinking that you can win a man's heart through sex. You can't. You can't. If you start a sexual relationship with a man, that's all your relationship is going to be. It's sex. That's it. Many of them, they're not going to spend their money on you. They're not going to take you anywhere. You see, now this particular man in the letter, he'll take you to a restaurant, but he wants sex. He'll take you, he'll do a little something, but he wants payment for that. You don't want a man like this. All men are not like this. This is what I need for you to understand. This is not the right man for you to be involved with, period. Work on yourself. Love yourself to attract a better quality man. This is not it. And when you meet your next man, don't have sex with him like that. Be celibate. See, ladies, you want to know if a man really cares about you, if he wants to have a relationship with you. And you can't do that if you're having sex with him. No. Sex should only come after a real solid commitment. A real solid commitment. And many of you ladies are not waiting until then. You're not waiting. You just have it and then hope that it's going to bloom into something else. And it rarely does. The men that have sex with you, and then they'll just go to the other one. They have other women they have sex with. You're nothing special. They'll just look for another woman to have sex with. And they'll just keep going like that as many times as they can until they run across the woman that they really want. And that woman will probably be the woman that tells them no. Now that's a challenge. Now that's the one they want, the one that tells them no. You see, men like a challenge. They like the chase. And many of us women, we make the mistake of giving in too soon. We don't allow them to chase us because we feel like if we say no, that they won't chase us. They'll just go off and find somebody else. Ladies, let that be it. Let that be it. If he is not willing to chase you, then he's not the right one for you. He's not the right one for you. He was just coming to use and abuse you. Now, if you give in to a man, of course he's going to take it. But that doesn't mean he's going to stay with you. That doesn't mean he's going to love you or care for you in any way. Ladies, it all comes back to you. Love yourself and create the reality that you desire. You have the power to do this, but you need to know your power. And to do this, you got to know who you really are. You got to cherish who you really are and not let men just use you and abuse you. Many men out here are just for sex and to use you. Many of them are. But there are some decent men out here. But to attract a decent man, you need to be a decent person. Which means that you're not going out here having sex with any man that comes along. You're not doing that. You love yourself, you're celibate, you honor yourself, and you value yourself. This is the only way that you're going to attract a decent person for yourself. Know the difference between a loving relationship and a sexual relationship. Which one do you want? You want love or just sex? I know you like them both together, but if you want both, it takes time. It takes time. You can't just jump into a relationship having sex thinking it is going to turn to love at some point. It rarely does. People, I hope that you understand this message today, and I really hope that it helps. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, here is the link. Send your questions to Miss Faye's World, YT, @hotmail.com. That's Miss Faye's World, YT, @hotmail.com. And try to keep your letters to one page. Just summarize your situation and ask the question. And if you prefer that I answer your question privately through the email, just put it at the very top of your letter and I will comply. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. And thank you for your comments and your letters. And a special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best. And I really hope to see you next time.